This weekend was a weekend of celebration. A big hip-hop block party on the National Mall went into the night on Saturday.
There was a huge turnout at the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture. Our Evan Kozlov was there and shows us how they celebrated 50 years of hip-hop.
A half century of hip-hop fit onto one stage on the National Mall. A hip-hop block party bringing together lovers of hip-hop from across the country.
It's a part of America.
Helena Lewis lives in New York, but said she just had to be here in the nation's capital for the 50-year anniversary.
I carry so much pride with actually just being in this museum, highlighting the significance and the importance of the African culture.
What's the best decade of hip-hop?
The 80s.
The music enjoyed by multiple generations.
I can't even imagine what it's going to sound like when he's my age.
Darren Jackson came here with his 5-year-old son to share the music he's always loved.
So I want him to understand the culture so he can keep the culture going and appreciate the culture.
5 years old, when you put on like hip-hop artists from like the 80s or something, does he like it? Or?
He'll bounce a little bit. He'll get a little dance on, and you know, I'm trying to teach him some moves too. So you know.
An event looking back at hip-hop greats while celebrating new rappers as well. Taking the stage are artists like J. Period, Money Love, Remy Ma, and local legend Sugar Bear. A night of music and celebrating a genre 50 years in the making.
Yeah, I think it's timeless. You know, it really captures a space and time when you hear lyrics, when you hear the references and the metaphors that are used. It's timeless.
I'm going to try and stay all day and half the night.
All day and half the night. She was having fun. That was our Evan Kozlov reporting. Hip-hop legend Queen Latifah actually made a surprise appearance at last night's event. And remember, Queen Latifah is the first female rapper that's getting Kennedy Center honors, which was announced a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So she's, you know, you hear those old songs too. I think the 80s, 90s.
I'm into the 80s. I like the 80s.
rap?
I'm a kid of the 80s. I'm about it, yes. And I love her. I really wanted to go this weekend and I didn't make it, but I love that she was there. And you know what? The African American History Museum, it is 10 stories. Did you know that?
No.
5 underground and 5 above.
That's incredible.
It is a museum to see if you haven't. It's phenomenal. It's one of my favorites.
What a party. I love that this has been a huge celebration all year long.
Yeah.
With just remembering, too, the incredible music that changed the landscape of music overall.
That's right.
So I'm glad everybody had a fun time this weekend. It looked like a great party. All right, there's just no stopping Barbie. The movie brought in $33.7 million this weekend, giving the film its 4th straight weekend title. The movie also crossed the $500 million mark here in the U.S. with a domestic total of $526 million. The movie was released in theaters a little over 3 weeks ago, just on July 21st. It's already at number 18 on the all-time domestic chart. And overall, worldwide, it was internationally, I should say, it was 78.8 million was what it made in total this weekend, domestic and international.
Wow, go Barbie.
So it's like well over $1 billion now.
Go Barbie. So I was reading, so I saw the movie, I thought it was fantastic, but of course you don't catch everything the first time you watch a movie. And I was reading that Greta Gerwig, she had one of her influences for the movie was The Wizard of Oz. And so both Barbie and the Wizard are about a young woman taking a journey that drastically changes her life. And so you see Barbie leaving Barbie Land on the Pink Brick Road, if you caught that. And also on her way out of Barbie Land, she passes a movie theater that was playing The Wizard of Oz at the movie theater.
Lots of Easter eggs in there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I think watch it again and look for some fun things from Barbie.
I think some people have seen it 3 or 4 times, so
Yeah.
I'll have to see it, yeah.
I might go back. This week, the Writers Guild of America is expected to respond to a counter-proposal from major Hollywood studios. Both sides have returned to the bargaining table last week as the strike pushed past 100 days. They're still far apart on key issues, though, including pay, residuals, staffing, scheduling, and the threat of artificial intelligence. At this point, there are 11,000 members from the Writers Guild on strike, and of course, this is the longest in history. I don't know about this AI. I mean,
it's such an evolving area that it's, how are they going to, there's got to be something in there that it's going to evolve with it, right?
Right.
I mean, the AI can write a script for you, can write, you know, whatever you need, but which is taking away from the writers. They didn't really dispel what the details were in the proposal yet, but yes, it focuses on AI, focuses on the writers' room, and then the residuals, which we've been hearing a lot about, is a big deal now with streaming.
Of course.
So we hope both sides get the fairness that they need, but the writers and actors too need to get something.
We shall see.
Check this out. Passengers on a flight couldn't contain their excitement on Saturday as they watched Australia beat France in a tense penalty shootout to reach the Women's World Cup semifinals. They cheered and applauded in unison as Courtney Vine scored the winning penalty kick. The Women's World Cup has been taking place, of course, throughout Australia and New Zealand, and Australia has never won the World Cup. It got to the semifinals and after 10 penalty kicks, really incredible. And the Australian Prime Minister is really supporting calls for like a public holiday if they win the World Cup.
Oh, that would be exciting.
So,
well,
you know, 2 more games.
That's right. Well, Sweden is the highest ranking team left in the tournament. So we shall see.
Right. Yeah, semifinals are set. Spain versus Sweden is tomorrow at 4 a.m. our time. Australia versus England is Wednesday at 6 a.m. So we'll see who makes it to the finals.
We shall see.